Hello, hello. Welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy XI. Today I think we're going to do something a little bit atypical. I want to work on artifact armor still, because I've still got like 11 more jobs to do artifact armor quests on. But I wanted to do one of the more atypical ones. You know how the Treasures of Laddergon ones are atypical? Well, the Wings of the Goddess ones, Scholar and Dancer, are also atypical. So I figure we could go out and start working on the Scholar ones. Although it's going to require us to take a little bit of a dip into the Wings of the Goddess expansion areas, which might result in us traveling a long time and or making love in the club. No, I mean, what's the word? My tired brain can't. Well, seeing some of the Wings for the Goddess storyline missions inadvertently, just by the nature of having to go to these areas. I don't really remember, but it's not on the docket list. As you may have noticed, I still, like, we did 3 chapters of Chains of Promathia, and I haven't done any more. Because artifact armor came up. Ooh, that's the Bastok music for the past version of Bastok. We haven't been there yet. Perhaps he will be. It's playing Taro music. I mean, it's not actually Taro music. It just features in most scenes where anyone's doing anything squirrely, and Taros are usually very squirrely. I agree, Matoid. I mean, Erlene. Oh, this is my favorite, like, cutscene music from Wings to the Goddess. It's called Encampment Dreams. Help me, Comlin. You're my only hope. Okay. Princess Leia. A pupil named Nicholas, huh? I'm pretty sure that's one of the Mithril Musketeers of this generation. Oh, hey. Look. So we gotta go to Bastok now, but in the past. And honestly, we should have done this like a million years ago. But I didn't. And I don't actually remember exactly how it goes, but when you go to a city in the past, they ask you to join the war effort. You can join any city in the past's war effort, regardless of what your present-day city is, but yeah, I think guides online recommend joining San Dioria in the past, because it's where most of the past Wings of the Goddess quest lines take place. But frankly, I don't think that that would be worthwhile in an age where we have nothing but teleportation. I'm pretty sure that that was a suggestion people gave before all these teleporting books became a thing. We want to go north on out of here. We don't want to join in any campaign battles. And I think since we got mounts last time, we'll be able to abuse them in the field area as well in order to travel a bit faster. And I'll probably just ride the Iron Giant if it's available. because... What? No, what do you mean no mounts available? Okay, there we go. Then again, well, maybe not in this zone. I kind of have a thing for a lot of the music in the past zones. So, maybe we'll cheat when we get to Pash Out Marshlands. Well, it's not really cheating, it's just... They don't used to have these mounts. You could actually... There's wartime black chocobos you can ride in the past that have, like, armor over their face and beak and stuff. But you don't... You have to first join a war initiative, and then there's only... very select locations where you can actually get a chocobo to ride in the past. So mounts are like a godsend for this, but obviously I don't know if there's a config option for mounted music. Let's go see. Let's see, it won't be in that because that's all original stuff. I don't think it's in that either. Well, if there's an option to turn mounted music off, then I don't know, but I would wager that it's kind of like the Chocobo theme. The Chocobo theme will only loop for about, I think, the first 10 minutes of the ride, and after that point, while riding a Chocobo, you'll hear the zone music if there is any. But most outdoor zones in this game don't have musical tracks. Well, I say that, but I guess it's not true. It just, well, like half of them don't. More serious ones, I guess, don't, or the ones that are like outdoors but technically dungeons or something. So I like how this fence that's there in the present, and it's all gray in the present, it's still got its like blue paint on it, I guess, here in the past. So that's kind of cool. Also, you might have wondered why I sneaked in and vised, because normally, you know, like in the present, this zone only has monsters going up into the low level 40s, and we're level 60. Well, here in the past, it has monsters that are, you know, up in the level, high level 70s, low level 80s, in some spots, I'm pretty sure. So, yeah. I wonder if they've added any level 90-something monsters to Wings of the Goddess zones. I mean, I think there were already a few, like special notorious monsters and other special monsters that were in the level 90s in the later zones of Wings of the Goddess, but I don't think that oh god, excuse me, sorry. I don't think that brain no worky. Okay, let's see. Maybe this is another survival guide. That helps. I completely lost my train of thought. Sorry. Oh look, smoke rising up out of the hills. A sign of the ongoing war. Okay. So there's no music in Pash Out Marshlands, so I think once our inventory loads in, we'll hop on our mount. Donk, donk. Good thing my head is harder than steel. And yeah, just like being on a chocobo, you don't get aggroed while on mounts. That's pretty legit. couple things we can pick up here, I believe. We can hop through the cavernous maw, since it's active on this end. And, ooh, look, a pixie. Have we seen one of those before? Oh, it's called a sprite, but it's a pixie. They actually fly around, and they are one of the few enemies in the game that are non-hostile towards players, and also actually actively will aid players. They will cast Cure 5 on you if they fly by you, and you're getting your ass beat by something. And they have like a unique weekly spawning arrangement thing where like every week it goes back to being normal and they spawn, I think. But then if they get killed too many times, they stop respawning for that week. And the only reason to kill them is to get an item called Stygian Ash, which is a throwing item you use to get the notorious monster Ixion, which is, I think, a reference to Final Fantasy X? I'm not sure. It's a thundery unicorn, and they call it a monoceros. You know, like a rhinoceros, except mono, like one horn, or whatever. It looks pretty cool. It kind of looks like some sort of crazy lightning unicorn with like this really, like, curved sword style horn that looks like it could just, like, split you end to end. And I think he randomly appears in any zone in the past, and you can target him, but he moves at like 300% movement speed or something like that. So you have to wait for him to stop, and then he you actually have to land the hit with the Stygian Ash. Alright, let's jump back through this thing. Have we gone through a second one of these before? Well, if not, every time you go through one in the past, you open the portal that it connects to in the present, and so you can use the dried out nasty ones in... I mean, I guess they're all kind of nasty, but you can use the dried out nasty ones in the present. Yeah, so you have to traverse the zones in the past first, though. It's kind of annoying, but I mean, it is what it is. That's what the whole expansion is, you know. Atomos is connecting the areas somehow. Just like he's connecting Abyssia somehow. Or something or other. Okay, back on our Iron Giant so that we're not getting aggro. Got a unique new monster in the past year called a Pasty, or a Paste. You might have seen him in 14. In 14, though, they like use the alternate variety that doesn't have the head fins usually, and they still call them Pasties, but they're like also sometimes called like rock hounds and stuff. They're lizards. They're poisonous. They use a spell called skill called Regurgitate. Oh hey, look, a teleport crystal. But it doesn't have a crag. Pashao Gate crystal. Oh. Okay, so not only do we need our Chocobo license, we also need permissions, like I said earlier. But it's okay. We've got our Iron Giant. We'll be fine. But unlike the teleport spells in the present that take you to one of the 3 crags, in the past the telepoints are in, you know, the bordering zones, you know, further in between Juno and whatnot. The crag zones actually aren't available in the past. So that's a whole thing. But White Mage can learn the set of spells called Recall. And they're basically just teleport spells that take you to these teleport crystals in the past. not as useful as the modern day teleport spells in my opinion, ever, especially due to how, this is basic lightning, and also really close. But particularly due to how, in the past, once you get in on the war effort can send you to any zone I think you've done a campaign battle in or something like that. It's been a long time, so I don't remember the specifics. But, yeah, like, this was another expansion where they started putting more and more teleportation into the game. And here we get one of the first unique zones of the past, Grauberg. It still has the S designation for Shadow Era, but it's basically a mountain pass that goes around the Konstantinat Highlands. Supposedly, Konstantinat Highlands is like super serial, like frontline fighting all the time, like super crazy, hella bad war times going on, or something like that. I don't remember the explanation they have for why we can't go there, but we can't go there. Instead, we're here. And you might hear my dog barking, and I apologize about that. But, yeah. You can see it connects to North Gustaberg. It's not that difficult of a map to navigate. But I, for one, kind of forgot how it works exactly. We got reskinned Fungwars, past version of Fungwars or whatever. There's no special music here, so that's why I'm not getting off the mount. I think the monsters here are still like, yeah, okay, they're in the mid-60s. Like, they're actually a little bit weaker than the ones that were like in Rollenberry Fields in certain places. Depends on what they are, too. I mean, there's some really hard stuff here still. Yeah. Oh, that guy's in the 70s. We're level 60 Scholar, so we're like, not exactly chump change, but we're kind of chump change. I wish there was an option to also turn off that text from popping up with the whole Records of Imminence thing. I think it's enough for it to appear in the log. But they want to alert you in case you were working on one, I guess. Gaius, is that you? No. Yeah, you can see it's very hilly and there's like caves and things. Oh, another pixie. Ooh, and there's Chigos here too. Might have been kind of hard to see and I can't target it, but you kind of see, you see the little bugs on the ground? Those are Chigos. I don't know, don't ask me how they got here from the Near East in the past. I wouldn't know. You'll have to ask somebody who's more devoted to the game than I am in recent memory. Oh. Did I forget? This does not let me go up. Oh, yeah, okay. For some reason I thought I could, like, that this stream went the other way and I could go down it to go down more quickly, but I must have been remembering wrong. This zone is actually repeated in the Abyssia expansions with Abyssia Grauberg, which I guess is one of the reasons they put the designations on the zones like this. The other two zones, Sant Diori's is called Vunkurl Inlet, and Lindurst's is Fort Carugo Narugo, or something like that. as far as what we're supposed to do in the past, initially, it's the same for everyone. You're supposed to travel all the way on foot to one of the 3 major cities and join the war effort. And after that, it kind of opens up. It doesn't exactly become your oyster, but like, it pretty much becomes your oyster. Ooh, they got wivers here too, for some reason, somehow. I'm going to show this zone off a little bit, because there's not a lot of reasons to come here until later. And there's some pretty unique stuff here since it's nighttime. There's a very pretty area over here. You can see it on the map. It's called Witchfire Glen. If we can get there before nighttime ends, which I think we should be able to, no problem, because we got the mount, that'll be pretty cool. And this portion, you got like these cairns and rocks and things. We also got Grauberg hippogriffs. I believe the Grauberg hippogriffs are in the like level 78 range or something like that. They're pretty tough. And there's a special notorious monster that's like place held by one of them here. I remember I wanted something from it in the past, or one of my friends did. Her name was, I think, Kariana. She was a white mage main, and she thought I was pretty good at the game, and that I was pretty cool. And for her, even though she was really good at the game and really loved the game, she decided that she wanted to quit because she couldn't countenance spending the money and the time on it anymore, because she was going off to college, and she wanted to focus on college and working towards her career and stuff. So she quit, and when she quit, she had like, I want to say 27 million gil or something like that. She gave me 1/3 of it, and I had known her for less than a month. And then she added me on Facebook, and I never forgot about it. And I think she's still my friend on Facebook, but yeah, here we are. Witchfire Glen. It only glows blue like this at night, as far as I remember. But this place, there's the... I think it's supposed to be pronounced Seath, even though it's DH or something like that, because it's like Irish words and stuff. But pixies just spawn here ad nauseum. And I believe these ones respawn. I don't think they adhere to the normal rules of pixies. I also think if I weren't on a mount, they might be hostile towards me. I can't fully remember. Oh, there's one we can talk to. Callisto. I wonder if she says anything interesting. This might be a mistake, by the way. I want to learn some spells while I'm at it. I'd cast Re-Raise on myself, but the Wind Elemental would aggro me. Let's see what Callisto has to say. Greetings, fair traveler. My sisters and I have a proposal for thee. Prithee, lend us thine ear. What sort of proposal? Exiles are we, our ancient home overrun by fell beasts with claws full, covetous, the olden halls made by our sister's blood, and Carnadine. Sadly, we have not ourselves the strength to stand against the scourge, and these trying times rely upon aught. Powers unto thine arms thou bearest. Some of these look familiar, but I don't remember what any of these are. Apparently this is like some sort of pixie augment system or something. Well, let's get back on our mount, because I want to get the hell out of here. In Abyssia Grauberg, there's like blue pixies here, and the water is glowing blue-green all the time, and really stands out because the sky is like blood red in Abyssia. And all of the blue pixies that are here are innately hostile, and they're called like the Unseelies, which is like some sort of... It's all Fae references, right? Referencing the Fae from Irish mythology and stuff. So like it's really... They're really deadly too, and then there's like a super strong black mage one called Fwath, who I think has like Blizzaga 5? Might have been Blizzaga 4. Either way, she's got really ridiculously powerful black magic and usually does ice, from what I remember. And if you watch my Final Fantasy XIV Let's Play, you remember in 14 they referenced the Fwath again. But I think they actually referenced what the Fwath are closer to actually being a mythology in 14, rather than just making a notorious monster and calling her Fwath. I'm not really sure on that, though. Honestly, I don't know enough about Irish mythology to know for sure. But this is one of my favorite zones because like it has a really good sense of slopes. I feel like it actually feels like we're going up into the mountains. And, you know, like they even got mountains drawn on the map itself. And we got green wyverns, called Ajataras. I'm pretty sure that's not the NM. Yeah, so these green wyverns, I think they're level 85. They might be like 83, 81 to 83 or something like that. But they're pretty high level. And there's a notorious monster up here that spawns as a placeholder off them, I think. Although it might be a timed spawn. I don't think it is. But like they look really cool when with like the green skin. Like normally I think of reskins like as being lazy. But in Final Fantasy XI, I don't know, they just always did such a good job with the colors they chose whenever they reskinned something. That like, I just look forward to seeing the reskinned versions of the monsters. I don't think they have any different skills from normal wyverns. Or wyverns. They're just green and they're really strong. And indescript markings, huh? Yeah, I don't think the notorious monster's up here, but it's just another one of those, and instead of being called Ajatra, it's called Ayatar, I believe. Look on the wide scan and see, yeah, okay, nothing. But yeah, up here it's called Skyrend, and you get this nice, like, thing, and you can see, from here at Skyrend, you can actually see the tippy top of the Crag of Dim. That's supposed to be the Crag of Dim down there in the Conchat Highlands. So, we're actually at a higher elevation than the Conchat Highlands. But I don't think in the present day that you can actually see, you know, like what's supposed to be Rawburg from there. Like, I don't think you can see what's supposed to be Skyrend. I also kind of wondered when Skyrim came out if Skyrim itself was supposed to be a reference to this mythical place, Skyrend, because I'm pretty sure that's a reference to something mythical. But I don't know for sure. Like I said, I don't know a lot about Irish mythology. And that's kind of sad because I'm supposed to be like, well, maybe it's not as sad as I think. I don't know. I don't really know the difference, but supposedly, according to my genealogy, I've got like 72% Scottish by blood, and then like 14%. No, not 14%. It's like 72%. No, wait. Was it 72%? It's somewhere around 70% Scottish, 28. No, not 28. I'll have to look at the percentages again. Either way, I'm mostly Scottish, a little bit Irish, and then the rest of me is like German with intermixings of. I've got a few black ancestors. A lot of Americans do, even though they don't know about it. And naughty Trion. But yeah, like despite having Irish in my ancestry at some point, I don't know a lot about it. So I don't think a lot of Americans know about their, like, even if they know their genealogy, they don't really like celebrate their heritage, I guess, very often. Like, we all drink on St. Patrick's Day and shit. I mean, although I've actually never drank on a St. Patrick's Day as far as I'm aware. But, we got monsters that are too weak to be worthwhile. How about that? Now, these are the monsters that there's monsters like this in every, one of the past zones. They introduced, the idea was most of the past zones would be high level, but some of them will have low level monsters so that if you want to level in the past, you can. So that was like the idea at the time, I guess. Oh goodness, excuse me, sorry. I haven't talked this much in a little while because I haven't been doing recordings. I got majorly distracted by the Skyrim Anniversary Edition, and my girlfriend wanting to see how I played in Skyrim also sort of set off a chain reaction of me finally taking a character and getting all the skills to 100 or close enough and fighting the Ebony Warrior. And probably saw that 2-minute video, and it was largely anticlimactic, but could have been worse, I guess. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and hop off the mount. Is there some unique music in the next zone? They did new music for all the past versions of the zones that are right around the major cities. Oh. Well, never mind. Maybe we'll get to hear it if this campaign battle ends. Yeah, maybe. We'll see. Let's grab that survival guide in case we get killed. Okay. And then we'll sneak in invisible, because unlike in the present day, North Gustafsburg is a very dangerous place. Monsters range from like the mid-40s all the way up to the Beastmen, the Quadivs. They can be like in the 80s, I believe. And we're on the western side. Yeah. And interestingly enough, though, I believe instead of going down south and having to go through South Gustafsburg, you see, there's no South Gustafsburg on the map for some reason, like there should be. South Gustafsburg is inaccessible. In the past version of Gustafsburg, there's actually a ramp. You can see it from here. We actually have to go up the cliff. And I'm really disappointed that there's a campaign battle going on right now. Like, the campaign battle music is cool, but I've heard it so many damn times because this is the only music that plays when a campaign battle starts in any zone. So, like, yeah, it's just really, we got like a lycopodium, mandragora with a flower on top of it. Stared at some shiny energy. There's some sort of quest that goes with those guys. I've never done it, and I never had any interest in it. It's not like any sort of big story thing, I don't think, but maybe I'll look it up and show it off if it's not too long and convoluted. But yeah, we're almost there. There's also another cavernous maw for us to use. Although with the books being able to teleport us there, I don't know if that's even something we need to care about doing. I'll probably zip over there and just do it anyway. But yeah, it's like, I don't know, like, I don't know if you need to do it for story purposes or anything, but eh. You also might be wondering if we can go into South Gustaberg through that zone entrance, and we can't. You can kind of see it here. I don't know if my draw distance is actually loading it in, but there's stone barriers in the way. There's supposedly fortifications. And now that it's daytime, other than all these fortifications and I guess like cannonball craters, you know, it's not that different from the modern day zone. I think all of the campaign battles take place like down here. I think there's like a it's like a fortification or a fort that you defend. It's been a long time since I did any campaign battles. Campaign battles are cool for two reasons. One, you fight massive waves of beastmen after beastmen that are really strong. They're not as strong as the monsters in Besieged, but they're still pretty dang strong. You get credit for doing damage and healing, while you have to sign up with like the outposts defenders and get the campaign battle status. You get like a little sword next to your name as your link pearl. And while you have that little sword icon by your name, all the damage you deal, take, heal, etc. gets compiled into a score. And then I don't remember, it caps out depending on your rank, but I don't remember exactly how much it takes to cap it out. You can turn in your status and get EXP and allied seals, which is like the currency of the past era. And or allied notes rather. You can use allied notes to buy some like level 68 armor from each of the places. I think there's also some level like 72 sets or something. The Bastok has the 4th Division, the regiment you join. Sandioria, you join the Iron Rams, the Iron Ram Knights, I believe. And then Windurst, you join the, I think the Cobra unit. It's been a long time since I did any of that. I'm probably going to join the 4th Division. You can also buy other nations' armor sets, but they cost twice as much if you're not of the nation. There's a really cool armor set that the Iron Rams get close. I think you have to be almost maximum rank to get it though. It's like a red and silver Habergeon or Hauberk, and it's usable by like all the jobs that can use the Habergeon. And I think Dragoon, possibly. But it doesn't have offensive stats. It has like HP, MP, and magic defense bonus. So it's actually, until item level, it's a pretty decent body piece for protecting yourself against magic, especially back at the level 75 cap. But in the current day and age, it would probably take way too long to get the rank to even be able to use it, in comparison to just leveling to 99 and getting item level gear with magic evasion and magic defense bonus, and minus magic damage taken and stuff, so it's kind of whatever. Also, the entrance to Bastok, you can't go in through the port entrance. It's like all sealed up, or doesn't exist in the past or whatever. The only way to go into Bastok is like here near O'Berry Creek or whatever. There's an entrance that goes directly into Bastok markets. Each of the cities in the past, they only have one entrance to one area of the zone. Sandioria, you go into southern Sandioria. And then you also go in from East Ronfar. That's something that's interesting about that. No West Ronfar in the past, only East Ronfar. In Windurst, you go to, I think it's Windurst Woods. It might be Port Windurst. No, it can't be Port Windurst. I can't remember. I literally can't remember which area it is for Windurst, but I do know you go in through Western Saruda Baruda. No Eastern Saruda Baruda and stuff. Here we are, at last, at last. Bastock Markets S. It's a beautiful place. Let's get the survival guide. We'll just be able to warp here from now on. Amazing. Oh, no place for civilians. Oh, I'm not a member of the Allied Forces. Ugh. These are those black chocobos I was talking about. We saw one, kind of saw one earlier, but I didn't really stop to look at it. I wish you had the option to get those chocobos as a mount, or like get them in the present. You can raise your own chocobo and turn it like any shade of color. You can make like green, red, blue, black, etc. But that takes quite a while, and also you don't get any like armor masks for them. Everyone wanted an armored up chocobo back in the day. Oh man, the markets looks quite a bit different in this era, doesn't it? No fountain. It's got a command tower in the center there. Not sure who we got to talk to. It's been so long. I think it's one of these guys at this desk here. Let's try Hieronymus. The president doesn't have time to wipe drool off the mugs of any Taru or elf lovers. Might you be thinking? Okay, so we needed to talk to Aurelius. I feel like those are, what, like Roman leaders from the past, like Marcus Aurelius, right? Like, speak with Centurion Adelbrecht. Oh, there it is. Adelbrecht. Okay. Greetings, civilian. The 7th cohort of the Republican Legionnaires' 4th Division is currently recruiting new troops. You interested? I'm your man. Good answer. Now hand over your recommendations. You don't have one? Well, then how am I supposed to know you're not one of them? Sorry, but I'm going to have to see you off. Oh, okay. Well, I think we might have needed to get a recommendation from somebody. And see, this is where the home point crystal originally was in the present, too. Like, that's how that's supposed to look. Man, we got cannons instead of flower beds. Water wheel still looks the same. Shops are all boarded up. Can't go into them. Yeah, I knew there was something I was forgetting about joining up. You have to, like, talk to somebody for a recommendation, I guess. I'll figure that out later. For now, we need to actually... We came here for the Scholar Artifact quest. We gotta find Gentle Tiger. Let's use put Widescan to use and see if we can see him. Gentle Tiger. Okay, he's up near the Metalworks entrance. Which I don't think we can enter the Metalworks either. I don't think that's enterable in the past. Moogle houses are also not... Well, I don't think they were enterable. Maybe you can enter the Moogle house. Kind of interesting that you could. For some reason I don't remember being able to, but I don't need to anyway. What's up, gentle tiger? He looks... Isn't he the same face as that shitty scholar that gave us the note? Phase 4 blonde hair. Storms of his, huh? I simply visited his residence for search for some clue as to his whereabouts. It was then that I saw the storm formulation posted on the wall, and I became convinced that he had never even left the comfort of his own quarters. I proceeded to call out his name, not hiding my agitation. And sure enough, the good professor materialized right there, in quiet contemplation before his chessboard. Did Erlene happen to mention anything else in regards to Professor Schultz? Reconnaissance, eh? So then he seeks to gather intelligence on the Beastman Confederate's movements. There's no doubt the quad of shield warriors that have stirred his concern. In which case, it is most probable that he is headed for the Durfland front. The front extends northeast from Paschal marshlands to the Rolandberry fields, and then farther north still to Von Curl Inlet. But that's just my best guess. Using his art to conceal himself when he seeks privacy is one thing, but to be surrounded by enemies deep within hostile territory, that is truly a matter for grave concern. Perhaps it would be prudent to go and search for one of the Professor's storms. Under the strictest of caution, naturally. Okay, so what do we gotta do now? We have to go back to Paschal Marshlands, to E11, and touch indescript markings that are apparently surrounded by level 80 pasties. So that sounds pretty bad. Let me also look up, let's see. I'm not exactly sure what to do to join. I know what I gotta do. I remember it, like, as far as the basic gist of it. But I don't remember, like, how to kick it off. but we'll see. So let's see. If we go to the Durflin front, we're gonna handle our AF quest first, because that's what we're actually doing. But I wouldn't mind getting enlisted, going ahead and getting enlisted, because working on my rank in the past would be kind of cool, even if I did it off camera. It's not required for the Wings to the Gods story as far as I remember. It might be though. I might be needing to do some sort of something or other. I think E11's gonna be like all the way to the south and west in Pashao, so this is gonna be kind of annoying. But I think we'll be okay. Because we can just mount up and ride there, and it'll take a second, but this is kind of the way we had to go, you know? Donk, donk. I think the Pashao Marshlands is a lot prettier in the past. Like, you can see there's more fortifications, so there's more dotting the horizon, but there's also more trees. Have we seen those slugs before? I know we walked past them earlier, I didn't comment on them. Have we fought or seen those before? This was a monster that was introduced in this expansion. Slugs. They teach the blue magic spell Corrosive Ooze. And, we wouldn't want to fight those ones, I don't think. Not even on our level 70 blue mage. But, oh yeah, we gotta go all the way down there. Okay. Yeah, they're counted as amorphs, the same as leeches or jellies. You could charm them on Beastmaster, and there's also some Beastmaster jug pets with them that are they've got a lot of utility, because like Corrosive Ooze can lower defense and magic defense, I think. And they've got some other abilities that are good for Beastmasters to use on stuff with the jug pet. Of course, there's also a leech jug pet that I hear is all the rage right now. It can TP Drain Kiss and keep monsters from killing your party, so that's like a big thing in the most significant battles that are at the current endgame. Of course, the current endgame is shifting and stirring again ever since the November update. They added in master levels. I think I talked about it before already, but it's like this. Once you get 99 and once you master a job, you can start leveling it up even further to all the way up to master level 20 right now, which would actually literally make you item level 119, or well, not item level, but just level 119. But it's not the actual effect it has on you. But it does raise the level of your sub job, so you become like a level 99 job with like a level 53 sub job. And this lets you do crazy things like anything that subs white mage can cast up to Curega 3. So that allows a red mage to main heal a party for the first time, or something like that. In in-game content, or something, I guess. I don't know, people acted like it was a big deal on the forum. For melees, Dragoon sub-job gives you super jump, so you can deplete your enmity, allowing for tanks to have an easier time tanking than ever before. Also meaning you can weapon skill sooner, or something like that. And there's a few other big noteworthy things, and also a few noteworthy disappointments from what I've read, but I don't remember them all, and they're kind of beyond the scope of this Let's Play for the moment. This Let's Play is going to be going on for a long time, because not only is it going to get interrupted by 14 and me having to pick the 14 Let's Play back up, but it's also going to get interrupted just by well, not interrupted, but just it's going to take a long time because this is such a fucking huge 20-year-old game. Its 20th anniversary is next year. Let's see, where is those indescript markings? I assume they're somewhere hard to find, because it said they're surrounded by level 80 virulent pasties. And we can't go to Conchchat Highlands because, ooh, there's a barrier. And also that's E12. How big is E11? Now we got some ground to cover here. I wonder if it's on white scan, possibly? It is not on white scan, okay. Indescript markings, there they are. Well, I guess the guide warned me about the pasties, but the pasties are all pretty far away, so whatever. Ah, you mustn't touch that. It is certainly not the most ideal of conditions, but I have aligned it such that it is invisible to prying eyes, and I'd like to keep it that way for now. Calm wind, if I'm not mistaken, yes? Getting a lot of encampment dreams in the Scholar Quest line. I dig it. My reconnaissance endeavors here were completely anticipated by the enemy. Now I have been sealed here by some foreign sorcery, simply biding my time. The Cloudov apparently have military strategists of their own, and I am most humbled to admit that I have been bested by them. Quite an embarrassing predicament, truth be told. And so here we are, locked in textbook stalemate. In a moment of weakness, I lost my composure and sought recklessly to retreat, playing right into the enemy's hands. And since then I've been concealing myself here, waiting for things to change for the better. Still, I must admit, I am quite impressed by your ability to detect my storm. And all the way out here, of all places. Tell me, how did you know where to find me? I looked it up online. Aha, of course, Nicholas. I should have known. His powers of inference are as magnificent as ever, I see. I assume that Erlene must be quite taken with worry as well. A most unbecoming course of conduct on my part, I do regret it. What is it you have with you here? Or what is that you have with you there? A letter from Albrecht, most curious indeed. This would appear to be, yes, I see he has placed a magical seal of confidentiality upon it. That's Albrecht for you. A splendid example of the multifarious utility of magic, I must say. But goodness, you haven't come all this way to hear about that. So, let us see what we have here, shall we? He certainly makes a most vexing demand. I suppose it cannot be helped. May I be as bold to ask a favor of you, Calmwind? Would you be so kind as to relay a word of my safety to Erlene, and that her concern, while greatly appreciated, is not necessary? And also, I would ask that you see that this message gets to Albrecht. I thought something such as this might happen, so I encoded my location within. Upon reading this, he will surely move to act on my behalf. But you needn't go worrying yourself about me. I assure you I shall be fine. Luckily, I had the foresight to bring these old war annals with me. I'll just remain here and read in peace while waiting my rescue. I bid you a safe journey, Calmwind. May the gods watch over you. He's kind of weird. Suspicion music. It appears you have been gotten the better of, old friend. I predicted as much. He was always the most studious among my pupils. Though this turn of events certainly came sooner than I ever anticipated. A brilliant show of strategy and execution, a performance worthy of full marks from any teacher. If anything troubles me, it is that he can at times excel too much, a sometimes fatal flaw. When the pawn demands to be treated in the same manner as the king who commands them, his reign is compromised. Are you now finding your calculations to have been less than adequate? The moves have been made and the pieces are in motion. All that remains now is for the game to play itself out. Ah, and therein lies the true fun. Still, he has ingeniously gone about setting the stage for quite a power struggle here. He learned a great deal by observing you, I gather. What's this? Lavish praise at the hands of the great Professor Schultz? I'll not be taken in by such trickery. It doesn't suit you at all. Saw right through that, didn't you? Okay, obtain key items. Schultz's sealed letter. Uh-huh. It seems to be impervious to conventional letter opening techniques. Okay, so the fastest way for us to go would probably be just to mount back up. Well, the absolute fastest way for us to go would be to use the warp ring and then use the book in Bastak Mines to go straight to the Eldium Necropolis in the past here. But, is my Iron Giant making like a weird noise every time it steps on the wet ground? That's interesting. But we might as well go grab this other, I think that's a survival guide in the past. I don't think we can access Budew in the past. I don't think that's an option. It might be, but I don't think it is. But just in case we ever need to teleport into Pashao marshlands, it would make it very convenient. I mean, not much more convenient than that one that's in Rolandberry Fields, but it might be slightly more convenient. Like, it would have been slightly more convenient for this quest. Instead of going diagonally across the entire map, we could have just gone west. Would have probably saved us like a minute or two. But you might as well get all the books while you can, if you know they're there, or you see that they're there. I'm guessing this weird sound effect that's coming from the steps on the wet ground, it might be from the fact that they never... I don't think there's any wet zone where Iron Giants normally walk, so this might be something they didn't account for. Or maybe it's been making that noise this whole time and I just didn't notice till now. I'll try not to go on too much longer here. We'll finish this first Scholar Artifact quest. I won't complain about the length of the video, I swear. And then we'll call it quits for this recording. Gotta say though, this Scholar quest line seems like it's going to be mildly interesting. Schultz is kind of trying to separate himself from everybody else, and he's got some sort of demonic shadow going on or something. Okay, so from this book we can just go straight to the Norvalen front, the Eldium Necropolis S, bada bing bada boom, shing shing swam swam swam, yeehaw yeehaw, get on in there, go ninja go, vanilla ice reference, etc, etc. Let's see if this guy says anything. He looks like a Bastalker, right? Yeah, I'm not one of yours. Off chasing pixies while we're dying in the trenches. Yeah, sign me up. Okay, so that's all we had to do. Nifty. Yeah, I talked to him already, but he told me to get the fuck out of there. You'd think the fact that I was welcomed into the city would have been enough to just be like, you know, but no, apparently we need a recommendation. That is most delightful to hear. Quite a burden has been lifted from me knowing that the professor is safe. You have done me a great service, Calmwind. So, you were able to find the old curmudgeon, were you? And how was he? Fine and dandy, I presume? I fear I will never quite understand that man. I bet he even greeted you as though nothing at all was awry. Am I right? By the way, it happens that the sealed letter I entrusted to you contained my reflections on the development of the Allied forces in the near future. I wonder, did he have any comments on the matter? What's this? He even went as far to commit a response to the paper, just for me. But this is... No matter, I will see to the professor's safety. Many thanks for your trouble, Calmwind. Was it? Yes, of course. Well, here, I shall take my leave of you until we next meet. Professor Albrecht, with all due respect, Calmwind has faithfully carried out the task which you requested of him. Surely that warrants something more than a few mere words of thanks. As senior to this pupil, would it not be appropriate for you to present him with a reward befitting the service rendered? In fact, you showed the same indignation and presumptuousness when you first asked him to deliver the sheets of vellum. Does it never occur to you to act with some modicum of tact? I like her. I suppose you may be right. Forgive my imprudence, Professor. How about this? An old classic for any aspiring scholar. The Clemaform schema. Teaches the black magic Clemaform. Increases the magic accuracy for spells with the same element as the current weather. I've been through this edition so many times that I can recite it from memory. It may be just the thing for you, though. Here, it is yours now. The basics of our field are the same now as they have been for ages. Little in war is apt to change. By no means do I intend to downplay the necessity and value of staying up to date on the latest developments in weaponry and tactics, but in your studies you will find that it is often the timeless classics which embody the true essence of military strategy. Those who cannot learn from history are doomed to repeat it. Schultz School of Martial Theory encourages practical application. Only through testing your strategies in the heat of battle will you begin to grow as a scholar. Calmwind, do not lose yourself in the power of the grimoire, but look within yourself for the direction you must tread. Now, if you will excuse me... Hey, you're just repeating what Professor Schultz said. Okay, well, it seems legit. And it's a rare exclusive scroll, and uniquely, this is why this is one of the odd... almost got me for HP. But yeah, this is why Scholar Artifact Armor quests are kind of odd. They, the first one's not, you know, you don't get a piece of gear, you get a spell. And I don't think any of the other mage jobs do that. Okay, so... Apparently we've got a zone and wait until the next game day before we can go again. But, I wonder what this guy's doing. Oh, he's a level 52 scholar. How about that? Must just be working on him. Letting his trusts do the work or something. Yeah, the title Schultz Scholar. Did we also have that title? No, we do not. So maybe he just finished his artifact quests, and that's the title we're gonna get rather than Paragon of Scholar Excellence. Maybe we're just gonna get that. Okay, but anyway, we'll go ahead and end it here. So thanks for watching. Stay safe and have a great day. Next time we'll continue on with the Scholar Artifact Armor quest line, and we'll join the 4th Division of the Republic of Bastok in the Shadowrain era. Until then, Peace out.